Yo, what is up guys? It's the Goblin and welcome back to another Fortnite tips and tricks video. Now, everyone's always been asking me, Goblin, your tips are awesome and they help me improve, but I seem to always choke when I'm in the top 10 or I'm in the final 1v1. That's a common theme that I see in the comments. Of course, I read all the comments and I want to answer that, and today's video is going to be how to win when you are in that top 10 situation and also into the final 1v1. This gameplay is a little bit older. It's from like the start of season 4, which is like when I was first using Builder Pro, so my building was not, on point. This game, it was still decent, but, learning Builder Pro is definitely a step that I think everyone should take if you're a console player. But in this video, I play the whole top 10, and I don't think I even get touched with a bullet. I get a bunch of kills, play it really well, and I don't even get touched with a bullet until the final 1v1, so I thought I played this very excellent, and I thought it'd be a great video to show you guys. So if you guys could drop a like on this video, I'd really appreciate that. You guys have just been destroying it with the likes. I mean, I don't even know what to say. Let's go for 805 likes. If we could hit this on this video, that would be amazing. I have so many great ideas of future tip videos that I have coming up, and I really think you guys are going to enjoy the future of the channel. So if you're new to the channel and you're not already subscribed, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Over 150,000 subscribers. Just want to take a second to say thank you guys for that. It is truly a blessing, and it's just amazing, the growth. I never would have expected anything like this. It means the world to me. All the people liking, subscribing, commenting. I appreciate all you guys, and I'm going to keep pumping this content and making content that hopefully you guys will enjoy, and it will help you guys get better at Fortnite, because that is what I love to do. How to win in the top 10. I wrote a bunch of tips on my notepad. I don't know if we have time for all of them. I'm going to try to get through. Let's talk about it. Now, the first thing is you have to understand what you want out of the game. Going into the top 10, it's usually slow paced, which means that you can crank out a bunch of kills in that top 10 and increase your kill counter, or you can play strictly for the win and, play a little bit more patient, wait it out for other people to fight, move slowly to the zone. It all depends on what you want to do. You have to find that balance, and if you're 100% only going for the win, yes, it's smart to build a base and just wait it out. If you want to go medium, it's smart to build a base and peek that. If you want to go full out aggressive, then, just rush people's bases and, hopefully you'll pull it out. But main thing is you want to pay attention to the zone and the timer. That is the number one tip I can give for you guys. A lot of people in the top 10 hide near the edge of the zone. They don't start moving until too late, and they show up late to a party where people already have literally towers and castles built, and at that point, you're just too late. What you're going to want to do is you're going to want to get into the safe zone, which are usually pretty small around this, and you're going to want to build a 1x1 base, which is essentially 4 walls, ramp, 4 walls, ramp. You see them all the time in Fortnite. Probably the most common building thing towards the late game. You want to have one of your own. You usually want to get a good height advantage off of that, plus some structure, so that if you're peeking the top, you can duck back down when things get too hot. People can destroy your base and make you fall. And I would recommend going 3 to 5 levels up. Of course, if you're 5 levels up, you will take some fall damage. If you're 3, I don't think you will. I recommend somewhere around there. Sometimes you might have to go a little higher to get the advantage over the people that you're peeking on. Sometimes going low is okay, but that's how high I would recommend. I see some people build like 10 stories up to the sky. Number one, you're just using way too much materials and you'll probably die from fall damage. So that's what I would recommend as far as that. Getting that height advantage is nice. Now, where you're going to want to position this base. These bases are fairly easy to build. You can practice doing them. They're just really simple. You can just turbo build, hold, spin around, ramp, spin around, ramp. Having your back to the edge of the storm is a good thing to have your base, because of course then you don't have to worry about your back. If you're peeking, you're only worried about your front or your sides. You have one of your sides or your back or one of your sides towards the storm, and no one's going to be coming out of the storm late in the late game. They might come out in the first couple seconds when the storm ends, but after that no one's going to be just camping in the storm because it hits for too much damage in the late game. Back to the storm is nice, but the thing that I recommend is rotating early if you're far away from the zone. And what I mean by that is a rotation is when you move from your base to the next zone and then build another base there. Having your back to the storm is nice, but you want to make sure that when one storm hits and it shows that next storm, you make the early rotation, you get there and you have your base built up. That was a tongue twister. Before other people do, so then you have the advantage. I like to say in the real late game, being in the middle of the safe zone is not a bad thing. You might think it is, but if you're tucked down in your base, they can't touch you. The only way they can shoot is up above you. As long as there's no mountains, you're pretty safe if you're built up in a 1x1. And back to the storm is nice, but when you get down to the nitty gritty, being in the middle of the safe zone is amazing because it means that you're safe in that zone, and possibly for the next zone you might not even have to move. So that's what I would recommend. Rotating early is a major key, and you'll see me do it in this game. There's multiple ways to rotate. Either you hop out of your base and you catch yourself on your falls with flats and run over to the next side, or I have 3 jump pads in this game, which I was lucky enough. Of course, that's not going to happen every single game. Jump pads are the #1 thing for late rotations. If you get jump pads, you can save them for the late game. If you have that far rotation, which you'll see me have in like a couple of minutes in this gameplay, I'm able to rotate easily and safely through the air, and you know, right over to the next safe zone, build up, and I'm already there. Really easy stuff to do there. That's what I would recommend. Now, as numbers get lower in the game, right now there's 7 people, which means there's 6 people and then myself. You need to start to track your enemies and track bases. Now, whenever you see a base, there's a potential that a player is going to be there. If you see one that's being actively built, right, like I just saw, players are 100% in there. You know, they're actively building. You got to track your people and memorize. So right now I have intel. I see one guy's over here. I know one guy's over to my left that was building that base. So I don't want to peek too long. See, I keep checking back and forth. And you want to have a weapon that is available for quick peeks. Now, the best weapons for quick peeks are either RPG or the sniper rifle. The reason why is with an RPG, you just boom, RPG, boom, RPG. You don't have to be super accurate. And with the sniper rifle, you can easily quick peek, you know, aim down sights, peek up, snipe, peek down, peek up, snipe, peek down. Really easy stuff to do. Those are the 2 most important weapons towards the late game, I would say, to have in your inventory. You want either one or the other. It is kind of hard to have both. You know, you want to have some heals as well, but that's something that I would say as far as that. Never peek too long above your base. If you back down to the lower side of stairs in your base, no one can hit you unless they're above you. If you're peeking for too long, you can get hit by a sniper, and snipers can one-shot kill you even from 200 HP, so you have to watch out for that in this game. You never want to peek too long, and you want to make sure that you know the locations of enemies, and you are quick peeking. A tip for this, and this is more a general tip for sniping or even looking around, this game is third person, obviously. You can look around by being safe. I mean, look right here. My head is below in that base right before I rotate. Here's where I make the jump pad play. I wait, and I see where the next zone is, and I say, okay, 6 left. Why not just early rotation over here? Bada bing, bada boom. I use that jump pad, and I'm safe, and then I just build myself another base here in a second. But what I was saying is that you can actually have your character completely safe and look around. And if you want to look straight at someone or get your snipe ready, you can look through the sides of your different builds, whether it's brick, whether it's, I think brick and the wood are the easiest ones. We can actually look through the side, aim down sights, peek up, snipe them, and it's a really good tactic to use. I probably need to make like a full sniping tip video, but that's probably one of the most important tips. Now, you want to third-party fights, of course. You don't want to fight people one-on-one unless you have huge advantage. You usually want to find those people that are already fighting, like I just found right there. I RPG'd the side of their base, free kill for me, just that simple. That's what you're going to want to do. And then when it gets down to the nitty-gritty, right here, this is where tracking enemies is more important than ever, and this is where I would say it's probably the most important thing in the game. 4 people left. I don't know where they are. They could be sniping, and look at me. I'm just standing down, and this is what I mean by I'm completely safe here. Unless someone is above me or has a base built way above. I'm completely safe, and I'm tracking my enemies. I'm looking around. There's no reason for me to be standing up in the open where I can be shot at right now. I don't see anyone to fight. I don't see anything to do at all, and I sit around until one person eventually dies from the storm, and that's why I went down to 3. Right here is another tip. I have so much supplies here. I have like basically enough rockets and ammo where it's kind of unlimited at this point in the game. So I shoot out trees that are blocking my vision. I start firing RPGs randomly at that house. I start firing them over here, and I see someone behind this tree, and the RPGs, of course, are easy to take him out. Now, this is where it gets down to a 1v1. I might make a video on full-on 1v1 tips, but you'll see here in this 1v1, I need to move a little bit forward to the storm. Now, I probably should have connected this to the ground, but, you know, I'm low enough where it doesn't really matter. So I slide over here up in the air, and I rebuild my base in the storm. Early rotation there, and that's what I'm calling tips for 1v1. When I don't know where this guy is, the first thing is locating him. So I need to have a high base built up. I want to get a lookout, and I want to be able to find this enemy before I make any other move. I want to make sure I'm above him. When I'm up this high, most likely I am above him. I've basically a bunch of rockets, so I'm just spam firing them at stuff, hoping he's camping in the building. Sometimes in the 1v1, you'll either play a pretty good player an average player, or there's some people that like to camp. He actually gets behind me somehow into my base. I think he might have been hiding below my base. I'm not sure. He destroys me, and all the pressure is on me right now. When you have the height advantage, you want to fight for the height advantage. Right now, he has the height advantage on me. I'm in defense mode right now. Before I was in offense mode. If you have the height advantage, you want to be in offense mode. If you don't, you're in defense mode. I'm in defense mode, and I'm just building right here until I can get safe and up here. I know that all I have to do is just keep spam building, just keep spam building. He does get a couple shots into me in this fight, and the thing with 1v1s is take your time. Don't rush it. Make sure you like your odds before you take the fight. There's nothing to worry about. I don't have to build to my sides. There's no one there. It's a 1v1. This is where I'm on defense. I'm moving while spam building. Of course, you can't build more than one wall in one place, so that's why I'm doing that. And then look what comes in my favor. The zone. Because I had that early rotation and he didn't, now I'm spam building, I'm protecting myself, but he's in trouble because I have the zone advantage. He may have height advantage, he may have the base advantage. I have the zone advantage, and I know this. So I'm going to take my time, I'm not going to rush it, and I'm not going to accept a fight until I realize I have the odds. Boom, I go on the offense, I realize this fight is now in my favor. I'm right below him, it doesn't really matter at this point. He's on the defense, I'm on the offense, he falls down, and luckily I have that trusty dandy weapon in the RPG. Shoot it right there at the side, and boom, elimination. That's how you do it, boys. That's how you win in the top 10. Making bases, rotating early, understanding not to peek for too long, understanding when to rotate, locating your enemies and tracking them can all help you guarantee those wins in the top 10, stop you from choking games and getting more wins and increasing that conversion percentage from your top 10 games to your victory royales. Thanks for watching. Smack a like, subscribe to the channel if you guys are new. Have a great night, and I'm out. Peace.